Hello, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a car that we haven't featured for a very long time. Welcome to the BMW Z4. Now, this generation of Z4 came out in 2019. If you want to see any of our videos on the car when it first came out, please use the link in the top of the screen. But why are we looking at this again? Well, at the tail end of 2023, the Z4 underwent a little bit of a facelift. And I think it's actually one of the most underappreciated cars in the entire range. So I thought, what better excuse to have a look at one of these, take a look at some of the small minor changes on the new model, and just remember why the Z4 is such a great car. Now, we'll start our look at the Z4 down at the front end, where you'll probably see this all the way through. Not a whole lot has changed, and I don't think it needed to. I think it's a fantastic looking thing. You've got the M Sport trim, which is now only available. There's no Sport trim anymore. It's M Sport or M, which is what this is. This is a Z4 M40i with the 3-litre 6-cylinder petrol engine with around 340 horsepower. But yeah, down the front, we've got this really quite aggressive front end with the gloss black elements all over the place. The grills have slightly enlarged, but not so much that you'd really notice too much. They are this gorgeous honeycomb effect down the front, and I think this car looks fantastic in this red paintwork. The lights, instead of being horizontal, are vertical as well. As we move alongside the Z4, it's a very traditional roadster look. You've got a short, squat rear end, quite a long, sweeping bonnet. Now, what are the differences along the side? Well, we've now got these new alloy wheels. You can only get 18s or 19 inches. These are the upgraded 19 inches, and these are the brand new design for the facelifted Z4. And also, this intake along here is slightly remodeled. Again, it's only very minor tweaks, but you can kind of see a bit of a difference. It's a bit more aggressive, a bit more open, and a bit more, just more. You've still got the swage line, which runs all the way through along the side of the car, and I think it's a very good looking car. It's just it always has been the Z4, and this generation I think is absolutely fantastic, and I'm glad it's retained. And I'm very, very glad that BMW are still making this car, because it is fantastic. Again, the rear end, I think, is a very good looking thing. You've got these LED wraparound rear lights which go all the way around and up the side, which give it a very sort of squat stance. You've got the Z4 and the M40i logo here in this sort of brushed aluminium effect, which is synonymous with M Performance models. Down the rear, we've got a slightly different rear diffuser and some big exhaust pipes, which sort of signify that this is the M40. You've got a boot lip spoiler here, which is built into the back of the car. The way it rakes over is really, really great, really impressive, and you'll hear me say this a lot, I love the way this car looks. The cloth folding roof sits really lovely on the back here, on the back of the car, so you don't actually lose any boot space when the roof comes down. Boot space is 281 litres, which for a two-seater roadster I think is pretty impressive. There's enough space in there for a couple of cases, a couple of overnight bags and so on, so you can go away on a long weekend. The interior of the new Z4 hasn't changed. There is slightly different design up here with this sort of metal strip which runs all the way through, but I don't think it needed to change. It's just a fabulous place to sit. It's got a real air of premium and luxury about it while still maintaining that roadster feel. These seats are fantastic. They've got this really nice sort of bucket effect, pretty much from the M135i. The steering wheel is still this really lovely big chunky unit in front of you. The brand new big curved display hasn't carried over. I don't think that's a bad thing, because this system is great. You've got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay on here. You've got this really nice crisp display directly in front of you with this sort of triangular look to the digital instrument cluster. You get everything you're ever going to need. So you've got Harman Kardon sound system, we can have M Sport adaptive suspension, an M differential, heated seats. This has got a heated steering wheel. The trim throughout is really, really lovely. You've got a nice little cubby hole in here with 2 cup holders, wireless charging pad in the middle as well, dual zone climate control. It's just everything you're ever going to need from a two-seater roadster. And now the model lineup is even simplified. You basically have the 20i, which is a 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol with just under 200 horsepower, or this, the range-topping M40i, as I've mentioned, with the glorious 3-litre 6-cylinder with around 340 horsepower, both of which are only available with M Sport trim, which now means you get so much more as standard with the Z4. And I genuinely think the Z4 is just one of those models that's so underrated. I absolutely adore these things. They are wonderful, brilliant things to drive. And if you want to see our driving review of this car, please use the link in the top of the screen. And also, please, if you want any more information on the new Z4, please use the link in the description of this video or on the top of the screen to get in contact with Sytner BMW, because we've got a load of these currently available at time of filming. So thank you guys ever so much for watching. Hopefully we'll be able to get one of these out very shortly as the sun's starting to come back out in the UK. Go out and just remember and remind myself what this thing is like to drive, because from memory, it's absolutely glorious. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel for plenty more content to come, and I'll see you guys again really soon.